This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah. First part of the agenda, services in the system. Basically, PowerShell is a scripting tool. So all the activities of administration need to be automated. The administration can be a server administration can be a system administration, and can be Active Directory administration, can be Outlook administration, that means Exchange administration, can be cloud administration, can be DevOps administration, can be version control administration, can be VSTS administration, can be SharePoint administration, can be Office administration, can be SharePoint administration. So ఏ అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్ ఉన్నా సరే విండోస్ కాంపోనెంట్స్ అయితే you can do automate with the help of the PowerShell. For most of the activities, those are part of these component of these services of the Microsoft or resources of the Microsoft. Okay, so basically the first thing you need to learn about administration with the PowerShell scripting part is system administration. So when you are talking about the system administration with the PowerShell, I mean system administration automation with the PowerShell, you are supposed to deal with the components of the system. Whereas the components in the system refers can be services, can be Windows services, can be registry keys, can be processes, can be components of the uh, computer management MSC, or can be control panel members, can be INET manager, that means IIS manager, Internet Information Services Manager components, can be C drive components, can be D drive components. I mean, that means like creating a folder, deleting a folder, renaming a folder, or creating a file, reading the content from the file, or deleting the file, or updating the file. Okay, and you're supposed to change some permissions in the local user scope. You're supposed to change the members of the a group, or you're supposed to create a user in the computer environment, delete the user, or update the user, change the password. Can be done anything with the help of the PowerShell. So all these activities comes under the scope of the system administration automation with PowerShell. Okay, so to achieve all those things and to be able to implement those things, we are going to deal with a few components in a listed manner. Okay, so the topic we are going to discuss today is how to deal with the services in PowerShell. Okay, so first of all, services in the system. So the services means with these services, I mean, whenever you okay, open the PowerShell, please. Open the PowerShell. Mesh. Now execute a command called get services. Execute a command called get services. Yeah, get service, sorry, not get service. Okay, so here you can see different services. Those are part of the system. Whether the state is running or stop or uh, disabled. These are the different services in the system, right? So yeah, get service pipe symbol, format pipe symbol, format table, format table. You need to give the format table in the form of commandlet. Yeah. So basically the output of this commandlet is coming in the format of the table itself. So remove the table, remove the hyphen and place the hyphen once again there. Yeah. Now pick the format list. Okay. We're getting the information of the each and every service of the specific parameters. Those are common for each and every service. So basically the output of this commandlet was displayed in the format of table. So we wanted to get the same in the format of the list actually. Okay. So let's find this. Whenever you execute the get service command, you'll be getting the information of the all services which are running, stop, or disabled in the system. But if you want to get particularly a service, then how? Now once again execute the command get service, pass the parameter, verify the parameters by placing hyphen there. Just place hyphen, you will be getting the supported parameters for this commandlet. Okay, here you can get the name of, here you can filter the output of the get services with the name of with the parameter name, with the parameter computer name, and with the parameter status as well, and other things. Okay, so let's find out the use the parameter name and try to get only a particular service. Use the parameter name. Yeah, pick any service here. You can take the Zoom CPT service. That's no loss service. Right? Subject. Yeah, we're getting this information of the services, like the service is running state, the name of the service is Zoom CPT service, and display name is same. Okay, so I want to stop the service first. Just execute the stop service. Space. Which service you want to stop based on the name. So you should take the name parameter. Yeah, execute this. Now get the service once again. No, she can appear on the service. Yeah. Can you see that service is stopped?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now start the service. Can you see the service is starting now? When service is in running mode.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So whenever you want to deal with the services, you can use all these three commandlets, like to get the service, get service, to get the information of the services of all the services or a particular service by passing the specific parameter called name, and by passing the value of the name parameter as well. Okay. And if you want to stop the service, you can do like this. If you want to start the service, you can do like this. Can you make it? I mean, just do clear screen, please. Execute start transcript so that our transactions will be recorded in the session. Hope all of you remember the purpose of this start transcript and stop transcript, right? Yeah, now execute the get services once again. Yeah, execute the get service once again. Okay, now execute the get service based on a parameter for particular service name. Okay, that's fine. Now I would like to get leave it. We have done the practice, right? Yeah. Now I would like to get the information of the services. Which services are only in running mode? So how to get the filter? Get service type symbol where object where hyphen object. Okay. Open the curly braces and close the curly braces. Yeah. Underscore dollar dot inside the curly braces into right. Underscore dollar dot status space hyphen equal to. In PowerShell, the arithmetic expressions are not like equal to, plus symbol, less than, greater than, like that. Okay, the a few of the arithmetic operation operands need to be specified in the formation of the letters. Okay, suppose equal to will be like hyphen eq, greater than will be hyphen gt, greater than or equal to will be hyphen ge, less than will be le. Less than or equal to less than will be LT, less than or equal to will be LE. Okay, so here you cannot use this one. Yeah, in the quotes keep the running. After equal to, in the quotes keep the running. Execute the command now. What it's saying? It's stating like that underscores. Put dollar underscore.
మనీ దీని బదులు గెట్ సర్వీస్ హైఫెన్ స్టేటస్ రన్నింగ్ అంటే సరిపోతుంటావా?
ఇగో వస్తుంది. అది డాలర్ అండర్స్కోర్ పెట్టాల్సింది అండర్స్కోర్ డాలర్ అని పెట్టాను అందుకని డాలర్. So now I want to get the list of the information which services are not running. That means stop. Instead of running, place the value, place the word stop. All of you clear now that how to filter out the information of the services based on the status like stop or running. Now give the information. Now give another word like instead of stop give disabled. Nothing is there. Okay, so here you are getting displayed only 3 parameters for each and every service. Those are the running status and the display name and the service name, right? But can you open the services.msc please? Remove the entire line and execute services.msc. Yeah. But here you can see the 5 parameters associated with each and every service, right? The name, description, status, startup type, log on as. So whenever you are executing get service command, you are getting the name, status and display name, right? Mahesh, get the information for a particular service please. Get the information for particular service. Here I can see the service status, service name, and display name. Whereas, I mean, here I can see display name, but in the services.msc, I'm not able to see the same parameter there, right? So where exactly the parameter is there in the services.msc? Go to services.msc, please. Pick the specific service that we got. Type Z and go to list. Arrange the services based on the alphabetical order first. Arrange the services based on the alphabetical order. Click on the name. Not type yet. I think that's all. Gym service. Yeah. Yeah. Display name is the name parameter actually, but the service name. Go to the properties, please. Go to the service properties, please. Yeah. Service name is Zoom CPT service. Okay. And here I have another parameter. Just open the property box once again. Open the properties box once again. Yeah, here I have another tab like general information, login information, recovery information, and dependencies information. And in the each and every tab, I have some other parameters here like service name, display name, description, path to executable, startup type, service status, right? But if somebody asks you to change the login method, go to the login, please. Currently, the login method is local system account, but somebody asks you to change the login method to this account. That means a specific account. So how you are going to achieve the same? Okay, for that one, you are supposed to get the complete information of the service. Whereas when you are executing the GET service, you are getting the limited information, right? Like state, name, display name only. But when somebody asks you to get the information like which account is configured as the login account for this specific service, or somebody asks you to change the login account for this service from the local system account to some administration account or some user account or some generic service account. So how you're going to do this? Okay, I mean those discussions are kind of little bit advanced discussions where you need to know the where you need to apply the filtering and where you need to apply the conditioning statements to the your commandlet. But whenever you are executing a commandlet to get a particular service, to deal with the advanced kind of requirements, you are supposed to know the member functions of the particular commandlet. Okay, now how to get the member functions information of the particular commandlet? Just simple. Get service. We want to know the member functions of the GET service. So now GET service. Type symbol. Get member. Yeah, execute it. So by executing the GET service, you will be getting these different functions information. Like you will be able to get the name of the service. You will be able to get the required service disposed and different methods like based on the start, based on the stop, based on the refresh. All this information you can get. and you can get the dependent services information. You can get the display name, you can get the machine name, you can get the services handle, you can get the site, startup type, status, toString. I mean, these are the different kind of member functions that you can apply or that you can use to filter the output of a service or to get the different property. I mean, if you want to get a specific property of the specific service using the get service, you can use these member functionalities. Okay. Now execute, for example, execute get process. I mean, remove the service and get process. That's it. With the same command. Get process, pipe symbol, get member. The reason why I'm saying here is to let you know that these member functions are different for each and every commandlet. Yeah, get member. The options of the membership functions, it can be alias property, it can be event, it can be method, it can be node property, it can be property, anything. All these are membership functions. So these membership functions are different for each and every commandlet in PowerShell, like we have seen. Hope everybody got the point, right? Any questions till now?
Yes, Mani.
No questions.
Yeah. Okay, now clear. Clear the console, please. Now execute the get service once again. Execute the get service once again. Okay, here I'm getting the information like the service status, service name, and service display name. But I would like to get the information of only names displayed on the when I execute this one. So how you getting? How to do the same? Now get service, get service, pipe symbol, pipe symbol. Now we need to update the filter using the select object. Type select object. Yeah, I then give a hyphen so it will be listing the parameters associated with this service. Yeah, now pick the property. Give the parameter called name. I mean, value called name because that's a parameter for this command. Yeah, so that this commanded will find out the information now. We will fetch the information now. Services names only, not the entire information that you will be getting when you execute the get service command. Okay, now click on up arrow and give the property name. Now change the property to status. Change the property to status. Status or state, which is the state name for the which is the property name for the get service. Status. Start the script. Okay, now give the status and name. Status comma name. Name or name comma status or status comma name. Anything. I mean, the thing I wanted to let you know here is you can customize the output of a commandlet by passing on the output commandlet's output by piping the commandlet's output a select object. You can give command description or display name. Description DSCRAPATO. Yeah, because with the basic commandlet you are not getting the description information there, so it's not coming there. That's it. Okay, now we'll do one thing. Just execute, get the information of the service for a particular service only. Now you can give display name there instead of description. Give the display name. Okay, now pipe this out. Pipe this command to format list. Give the space and type the pipe symbol. Then use format list. Okay, now get the information of a particular service, please. Guys, hope you are following me, right? Now use the format list option. Okay, yeah. Now pipe this output to select object to get the dependent services. Yeah, you need to set the property there. Call the property name is dependent service. Yeah, execute. So the dependent service doesn't have any information associated with this commandlet output. That's why it is showing the blank. So can you just give the property as name for the same commandlet? Okay. In a better way, you can handle like okay. Make a clear screen, please, and let me know something in different way. Now take a variable like $name. Take a variable, please. $name is equal to get service hyphen name. You need to pass the parameter name. Yeah. Now get the give the service name, please. Execute the same. So this method is like to hold the information of the variable, to hold the information of the get service with the into name variable. Okay. Now if you want to get the only name displayed here, $name. I mean, give the variable name there, $name. Yeah, give the name then. Okay, and again, I want to get the information of the display name of the service from the variable name. Now, $name dot display name. Okay, now just execute the $name, please, once again. Now, $name dot. So here, what kind of information you can get? Not only name, not only display name, not only status. Here you can get the information like start type, yeah, automatic start. $name dot site. Okay, yeah. Now $name dot dependent services, if you have any. So this service doesn't have any dependency services associated, so that's why the output is not coming. Okay, now $name dot machine name. I mean, we are getting information of the local machine. That's why it has printed dot. That means current and local. Okay. Now $name dot get type. Yeah, get type. Now close the parentheses, please. Yeah, now execute it. This is a system dot component model dot component is the base type, and this type is service controller type. So before discussing about the get type, you need to know the different data types. Those can be supported by PowerShell, like integer, string, character, hash table, array, I mean multi-dimensional arrays, and Boolean. We have some listed data types, and we have some predefined data types to be able to write the script according to our requirement. Basically, data types will help you to define and restrict the kind of data that a variable can hold. If you want the variable to hold any numbers, you'll be choosing the integer. If you want to hold any names for the variable, then you are going to choose the string. If you want to hold the letters, you'll be choosing character. If you want to hold the Boolean values, then you'll be going to, if you want to hold the true or false, then you'll be going to declare the variable as Boolean variable. And if you want your variable to have multiple values of same data type, like only integer type or only string type, then you're going to create the array. Okay, these are the different data types that we'll be discussing in future classes. And final thing. So till now we have used the get service commandlet, and we have used different services. I mean different actions with the service, like start the service, stop the service, and get the information of the particular service, and get the particular property of the service, like name or startup type or status type or description, like this, right? But before this, the first thing you need to do is you need to get the different commandlets. Those are available to deal with the services. So make a clear screen, please. So how to find out the commandlets? Those are related to services in the PowerShell. Simple. Use the get command. Click on tab. Yeah. Now give the name parameter there. Yeah. Now give the command let get service. Sorry. Start service star. No, don't give get service. Star. Keep the symbol star, not start. Start service star. Yeah. Okay. These are the different commandlets available in the PowerShell that have a star in their verb or nouns. Okay. But I would like to get the commandlets which are having service word in the verb position only. Now click on up arrow. Instead of name, give the verb. Instead of name parameter, give the verb. Yeah, execute it. Nothing is there. Okay, now give the name. Sorry, give the noun. In the place of verb, give the noun. Execute it. Okay, these are the different commandlets. Those are having service word in the noun place of the commandlet. Because the PowerShell commandlet can be called as in the format called verb and hyphen noun format. So we are getting the information of the service word where exactly it is part of the noun place. Okay, so here also you're getting the information like service is in the initial position of the noun or in the middle of the noun or in the last position of the noun. But you want to get the service information. I mean, you want to get the information of the commandlets where exactly service is the starting position of the noun. Then how you are going to get the same? Just click on up arrow and remove the click on up arrow. Remove the first star. No. Service star. Yeah. Okay. So if you give the star at the end of the word that you want to search, it will be getting the information of the commandlets with the place of noun where exactly service starts. Okay. Now let's get the information of the service word which is in the place of the noun position, but at the end of the noun. So you need to remove the star at the end position and keep the star at the starting position. Execute now. For these commandlets, service is in the end position as well. After service, nothing is there, right? That's why. But when you want to get the information of the sets, when you want to get the information of the commandlets, where exactly the given word is at the initial point or at the end of the noun or at the initial of the noun or in the middle of the noun, then you are supposed to give the word between the two stars. Like give the star again. Yeah, execute it. Okay, now you're getting the information, that's fine. But here information is like you're getting the functions and commandlets, but you want to get the information of only commandlets. Now click on up arrow and pass the additional parameter like command type. Okay, that means the command type is not the parameter position is, I mean, we're passing the parameter position is wrong. So remove the name parameter please first. Remove the noun parameter please. No, remove entire word. Yeah, now pick the command parameter like command type parameter there. Command type. Yeah. Now pick the parameter type as command type commandlet. CMD let. No, you need to give the value. You are not supposed to give parameter. For parameters, you will be passing the hyphen. For values, those are passing to the parameters doesn't have any hyphens. Okay. Yeah. Now pick another parameter called name. Whenever I said parameter, you are supposed to pass the hyphen there. Yep. Pick the name. Name or noun, that's also fine. Now we want to filter out the information of service called noun, right? So pick the noun parameter instead of name. Pick the noun. Yeah. Now give the space and give the value like star service star. Okay, it is getting ambiguous parameter set error. That means this kind of sorting is not supported. Yeah, please can please. Hope all of you clear that how to find the commandlets related to a specific word, how to find the commandlets related to the specific word is part of the verb only, the specific word is part of the noun only, the specific part of the word is at the starting of the noun or at the end of the noun or in the middle of the noun, right? And can you execute once again the same commandlet like get service hyphen noun service? Get, sorry, not get service, get command. We want to find the information of the service, right? Yeah, execute this. Okay, and here I mean remove the star please. Yeah, star service, get command noun star service. No, star service, not star service. We want to find the information of this service. Exactly. Service. Yeah. Okay. These are the different service. I mean, these are the different commandlets. Those are available to deal with the Windows services component. Like get service. If you want, the get service will get the information of the service. The new service will allow you to create a new Windows service, and the restart service will allow you to stop and start the service. And if you want to, if a service is already stopped and you want to start the same, then you can use start service or resume service. And if you want to change the or update the a property of the service, then you're good to use set service. And if you want to suspend any services, you can use suspend service. So all these service commandlets are available to deal with the Windows services as per your requirement. Either to get the information, either to create a new service, either to restart the service, either to resume the service, either to update or modify the property of the service using set service, or if you want to start the service, you can use start service. If you want to stop the service, you can use stop service. If you want to suspend the service, you can use the suspend service. Yeah, this is the history and this is the scope of the work that you can do with get service commandlet for today. Hope all of you clear about the same discussion that we had till now about Windows services commandlet dealing with PowerShell scripting.
This conference will now be recorded.
So whatever we have executed the different commandlets as part of this session have been recorded to a notepad. So that's from the stock transcript.